Well, when I was referred to Weldmar, very quickly I had a phone call from Emma, my palliative care nurse, and she followed that up quite soon after with a visit in person. So even though all the COVID restrictions were in place, she was able to come to the house, and we sat and we had a very, very long chat. It was really reassuring, and it was just wonderful, really, because I felt completely lost. And it felt like she just lifted me up and taken control, and that I felt looked after again. So that was really good. Well, Weldmar certainly took a lot of worries away. I think I was worried about everything. I was worried about how quickly I would deteriorate, how I would manage, how my husband would manage. Emma was just so reassuring. Whatever problem I had, she had an answer, and she's got this really lovely, soothing voice, and it's like waves washing over you. And I just found whatever she said just completely reassured me. She convinced me that she would manage the pain, and she understood how I was feeling and helped me make sense of that. And she was just really reassuring. She was a shoulder to lean on. I'd say virtually all the services that I've accessed, virtually all the services that they've offered. First of all, just seeing Emma as my first point of contact. And as I said, I can telephone her or email her, and she responds really quickly. And then either that will sort out whatever's needed, or she'll come round and see me. I use that Weldmar have an online diary where you track your symptoms, and at first, even though I was quite poorly, I was really reluctant to use it. It felt like I was sort of giving in to being ill by filling it in, but actually, following being introduced to Emma, I was very fortunate that I did get better for a while. And then after Christmas, I deteriorated again quite quickly. And I don't think I realised at that point how bad I was, but I was tracking my symptoms, and I just decided, rather than doing it once a week or twice a week as I'd done before, that every time there was something to say, I'd record it. And so Emma was really absolutely aware of what was going on, and she was on top of it, and she was in touch, and she was adjusting my pain medication and making sure I was all right. So I think using the diary has been brilliant. I also saw one of the doctors about pain management. My husband came along and we had a long conversation, and she was very reassuring, and she examined me, so that was really lovely. And then beyond that, I had a lot of trouble accepting that I wasn't able to work again. So Emma referred me to one of the counsellors, and I had some very constructive, practical conversations with them. But I also spoke to another different counsellor who helped me with the sort of spiritual and emotional side of what was going on. And the other thing that I have accessed, which has been absolutely wonderful, is the complementary therapy. I have had the most incredible reflexology foot massage, which is absolutely priceless. I would recommend it to anybody. I definitely wouldn't have coped with my illness as well without the support of Weldmar, because I thought I was managing really well. I thought I'd accepted the prognosis and that I was being strong and doing everything I could and living well. But actually, in truth, I felt like I was having to do better than the doctors expected. I was on a mission. I was completely obsessed with doing better than the doctors had thought I would. And so I was pushing myself too hard. I was really into walking, which actually did help me and still does help me, but I was doing too much of it and doing it when I really didn't feel well enough. And I was also obsessed with eating a very healthy diet. You know, a lot of people move to a more plant-based diet, vegetarian diet, and avoiding sugar. And I wasn't allowing myself any treats. And actually, by that point, those things weren't going to change anything. And I think Talking to Emma, she helped me get a sense of balance really, and to understand that doing a little of those things was absolutely right for me, but I didn't need to do it all the time, and I needed to be kind to myself. I decided to fundraise for Weldmar because I wanted to give something back. After doing better than everybody expected when I was first introduced to Weldmar, I then began to deteriorate really quickly, and I wanted to do something that wasn't about me. I wanted to do something that would take my attention away from the way I was feeling. My leg was swelling up loads so that I couldn't do the walking I wanted to do, but I could do swimming, and I felt inspired by the Olympians or the para-Olympians and the veterans, and I thought if I can do something for Weldmar, it will give me a focus that will stop me feeling sorry for myself. And actually, doing the fundraising was probably the best thing that I could have done for myself, but also I'm really pleased that it raised some money for Weldmar, because I just wanted to say thank you to them and give something back for the amazing support that I've had. For me, before I was involved in Weldmar, a hospice was about dying, and what I've realised, I don't know if I can say this without getting choked up, it's just really it's about they've helped me to make the most of the life I have left. So instead of focusing on the end, it's focusing on the here and now, and they do that in lots and lots of ways, and I am so glad that Weldmar is part of my life.